Sam Perkins hanging out here at the Legends Lounge, part of the NBA PRA. Just first question, just being at AllStar, how fun is it just being somebody that has been at this level for a long time and seeing the next generation, honestly?
Well, I've been coming for quite a while now, and it seems like generations are just coming one after another. So, with that said, it's interesting to see the personalities in the time of change, um, personalities, but more so it's just the fans are even getting younger, more involved. You got more kids that emulate some of these NBA players, and it's good to see because NBA is trying to do a positive reel on things to the point where you get kids interested um, in doing so much more than just playing basketball because there's so much versatility here with the players and what they talk about. So you just don't get the basketball side of guys. You get the human side as well. And it's good to see at the All-Star Games.
What's the most important part of that human side that you think that they're learning about and what these athletes are trying to get across?
Well, some athletes talk about, we always talk about education and how important it is to be where they are. But then on the other side of things, of basketball, you get the real person talking about real things, real issues in today's society. I assume, back in time, kids, brothers, black people did not talk about so much on the outside, but voiced their opinions. But I think now you see more people being very liberal about what they believe in, and so the message trickles down to some of these kids, and they feel some type of confidence when they see some of the people that they admire or they have a great passion for. I think they keep that in mind, retain it, and try to be different from everybody else. They trying to having their own personality, their own moves. So they try to be themselves, and so that's what I get from the human side of people because the players are trying to be more vocal in what they believe in.
Do you feel like you would have benefited from that if you would have been like in this time period learning from the role models that you might have looked up to?
Well, yeah, because the role models I looked up to, they were going through a period of time. George Gervins, the Willis Reeds, the Dr. J's. You had some people speak out, such as Jim Brown, Muhammad Ali, Bill Russell, in some sense, to the degree where they were very limited because the penalty of speaking out would cost you your job. But now it's more liberal, and we got over that. And even though they did speak, that set a precedent for others to come out and do what they do right now. So, in a sense, it all kind of worked out. But it's getting better where black people are trying to have a voice and not only just protest, but learn from what people say and what they do, and we go about it to make sure that we have a message and it gets across.
Is there anybody in particular in today's NBA that's really taken that mantle and done that the right way, you feel?
Well, there's several guys that do it, but I guess the voice of the league is probably LeBron. I mean, he advocates a great deal and doing a lot of positive things for kids so they can have opportunity and ability to be diverse in their own way. So even though he sends a message on the court, the things he do outside is very important to his legacy. At the time I was coming up, there was Michael Jordan. He did things by action more so than being so verbal. But he knew, he knew what to do in his situation. So, but we're smarter now, and I believe that guys are trying to listen and try to do what's right. Football players, basketball players, hockey, You have guys in the hockey league, first black ever to play to cross that line in a sense. So, I mean, we're doing things that we've never done before, and it's a good thing.
Last one for me, man. When did you realize that sport could be so powerful in that way as a mechanism to get those messages across?
when you had guys like Charles Barkley or a Dr. J, these guys were so good on court that the guys after them started taking the responsibility of being a star too. And so it's funny because now you can get a coach fired just by the weight that you carry now. But besides jokes aside, I mean, I really believe that it's a good thing. It's a good positive feel because players are now coming into their own. They're looking into businesses. Unlike years ago, you may have one or two entrepreneurs. I mean, you do have like a Junior Bridgman who owns several restaurants. You have guys who really wanted to do a lot of things outside of basketball and just not label themselves as a basketball player. So, I mean, it's a good feel. And when you have that happen and you have examples, the people that look up to them can actually do it themselves.